URC, folks, top of the table clash between Leinster and the Bulls. Bulls were leading at halftime. Leinster, big second half performance makes it not much of a kind of close one at the end. We'll go through some key events and some stats, and you guys can let us know your thoughts on how this one went as we head into kind of Champions Cup action next week. Bulls scrum in that first half, especially the early period of the first half, was doing all right. That was where a fair bit of that Bulls dominance was coming from, man. First scrum penalty to the Bulls. Got attacking chance, but Leinster's defence held. And I love Bernard Jackman on the commentary because he's such a breath of fresh air compared to what we get in Super Rugby for scrums. Scrums in particular. He called it, from the Bulls, a beautiful scrum, and actually talked about what was going on in terms of the penalty being conceded and the way like Cian Healy's hips were moving and then the guys getting popped up. That's great. That's adding value to the picture that I'm seeing with my eyes. I wish they'd do that in Super Rugby. In Super Rugby, they just go, this is taking too long. So, yes, good on Bernard Jackman. He's a top fella. But, yeah, Bulls get another scrum penalty. This time they get a 3-pointer. So 3 points to nil on the back of that scrum, really. And they even got warned, Leinster, for the scrum penalties being kind of 3 penalties conceded within 12 minutes. So, yeah, Bulls were up 6-0 after another breakdown penalty. Long shot at goal from Hussein. And, 6-0 away from home at the RDS in front of a pretty packed crowd. Not a bad way to start there, kind of Easter weekend. But Leinster, like when they hit you back, they hit you back. And I think it was maybe their first entry into the 22. And from kick return, man, you got to be so careful when kicking guys like Jordan Lama the ball. I don't think he was the one that initially caught it, but he's the one who ended up with it and ended up getting I think it was it Osborne that passed him the ball? One of the guys passed him the ball. That's how rugby works. And, Lama, just that elusive footwork, playing with real confidence in this one. He's able to get a big old line break and get it to Van der Fleer. He's able to score, kind of smashes himself into the goalposts, unfortunately, as he's in the process of scoring, but puts Leinster in front, 7 points to 6. So their scrum's been kind of creaky, and next minute they're in front. That's how they go. Van Staden went off injured for the Bulls, which was pretty unfortunate, and maybe the biggest cheer, maybe even bigger than the try on 23 minutes when Leinster managed to win themselves a scrum penalty. 28 minutes, the Bulls had a penalty conceded at the breakdown. Leinster opted not to go for the 3. They were kind of going for the jugular in this one. No penalties opted for, and paid off. Ruthless. Really ruthless. Maul time, it's slow. It's not like a real convincing, just like most beautiful maul move you've ever seen. But, as I think it was Bernard Jackman that said it again, like to go against the big Bulls pack and be confident enough to back him more. They did it. And it does indeed go over. So Kelleher gets that one as it kind of creaks over. Misconversion, but 12 points to 6. But then the Bulls also scored. Hussein, also on kick return. He's not the kind of guy that you most imagine is the most elusive runner on kick return from a big James Lowe bit of boot. But Hussein did well. Beat, I think it was Conan actually. Conan had a pretty good game, but I think he beat him kind of one-on-one. Wide pass to Aronson, who puts the hammer down. McGrath comes across with that attempted try-saving tackle way too high and basically just ends up hurting himself, smashing into Aronson. So Aronson still goes over for the score. So it is, a closer game after that one. 12 points to 11 with the misconversion. But they did go to have a check if McGrath's tackle was legal. And credit to Aronson for not trying to sell like the high shot, because some guys do that. But Aronson just kind of brushed it off and went to score the try. But, McGrath ends up he's going to go off injured anyway, but he gets yellow carded for his troubles. So, 12 points to 11. Pretty tight game, which is what you like to see. And then 14-man Leinster had to win a kind of breakdown penalty as the Bulls were hot on attack. I think it was Conan who managed to win the penalty with the nice counter-ruck, or win the turnover anyway with nice counter-ruck. So good bit of play to hang on, but they did concede one more penalty for playing the 9 right before half-time. So that's why I mentioned the Bulls win in front, 14-12. Not bad, man. That's proper game. Oh, that's top of the table clash stuff that you expect. The run meters are 202 to 183. The position's 48-52. to the Bulls, the territory 55-45 to Leinster. It's a game. It's a game. But the second half, whatever the Leinster boys said at half time, it worked. Like, even without a 9 on the field in the second half, they had all the pressure. They had a man down, but geez, they went through a bunch of phases. They had mauls. It was a bit disjointed because they didn't have a 9, but eventually Joe McCarthy, nice offload to James Lowe, try time, so that's 19-14 to Leinster. Quickfire double when Milne, who's just come on, finishes one. Rob Russell down the right wing. Lama, more meters for his kind of tally in this one, but he went close after slipping over. I think Osborne had a nice pass in there as well. No, it was Harry Byrne. Nice wee kind of link-up play, but yeah, they were looking even better with Jameson Gibbs-Park never come on the field. 26-14. The Bulls had a big counter-ruck on 53 minutes, which gave them kind of a much-needed exit, because I thought, geez, these guys are under the pump at the moment. Leinster's really come out firing. They need to get something. They kind of had a close one when LaRue was charged down, but they kind of couldn't finish off a move, so yeah, Leinster were able to kind of hack clear. That was maybe the momentum shift that the Bulls needed, but didn't quite get it. And then I'm thinking it's game over when Sheehan scores in the corner after a big Conan carry from the back of a scrum. It's 33-14. Then there's another one where Conan scores himself to make it 40-14. Bulls look to have got one from Kurtley Aronsa on loose ball, but that one ends up getting kind of ruled out for him hacking at the ball on the ground when Ross Byrne had it, so he ends up conceding a penalty. I was kind of leaning towards the commentary team on that one, that maybe that one's just play on, but harsh. But in the scheme of things, I guess it's not going to make a difference. It could have made the Bulls' potential chase for a bonus point try at the end, but not really. Not really. So, Leinster got a salt in the wound one through Turner in the last kind of 5 minutes as well. We did get a ref change at the death, as the ref injured himself with like a minute to go. But yeah, man, Leinster, geez, that second half performance was massive. As I said, the Bulls just couldn't wrestle any momentum out of that second half. So, I mean, when you can bring some powerhouse units off the bench, maybe that kind of makes sense. But run meters finished. Remember how tight it was at halftime? Finished 6-11 to 386. The clean breaks finishes 12-4. The Bulls have to make 127 tackles to 86. So your penalty count finishes 11-10, so pretty even. But yeah, man, so many standout guys from Leinster. Lama, 100+ run meters, 9 defenders beaten. Russell, 100+ run meters, 5 clean breaks. Osborne, 85 meters. Conan, 56 meters, beats 5 tackles. I mean, Aronsa had 100+ as well. And Kutsia made 17 out of 18 tackles. But man, that second half was an absolute showing from Leinster. That's what they can do. But we'll see how they go in the Champions Cup. Both these sides still active in that competition. Bulls will take on Lyon, and Leinster will take on Leicester, which should be an interesting one. But anyway, you guys let us know your thoughts. That's my bit of URC viewing for the day done. Hope you guys are all well. Happy Easter, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.